Gotta have some coffee before I start answering some questions. Metal Gear. I've already shown this cup, haven't I? But that's my badass Metal Gear cup. Look at that. Okay, I'm ready. What is up, guys? Ashbfc here, and welcome to Q&A number 2, the much anticipated sequel to Q&A number 1. Yeah, right. Anyway, yeah, you guys sent me some more questions, so thank you very much. I was pretty happy actually because I enjoyed doing that first Q&A, and I was like, I want to do more. Yeah, so here we are because you guys sent me some more questions, so awesome. And it was just fun to do. You know, it's good, I think, to do something a bit different than my usual, you know, gameplays, which is mostly what I do. And I just feel like I interact with you guys a bit more doing this. So yeah, I'd love to do a Q&A 3 and beyond. And if you guys want to see that, then you know what to do. Send me some questions. Drown me in questions. You know, I'm most looking for gaming questions, but you know, because I'm on a gaming channel, but I'll answer some of the non-gaming, as long as it's not weird or too personal stuff like that. But so yeah, now it has only been a week since the last Q&A. If I do more in the future, they won't be this regular. I think every week's a bit too much. I think we'll get a bit burnt out, so I think it's best to space them out a bit. Maybe every 2 weeks, 3 weeks, at the latest every month. So yeah, I just think, as I said, every week's a bit much. But anyway, without further ado, what do you say we get into the questions? So here we go. So the first question comes from Turkish Delight, and he asks, if Man 3 happened and you got to choose a weapon from the first to second Man, what would it be? Good question. Sadly, I think we all know Man 3 is never going to happen, but we can all dream, right? So a weapon that was in Man 1 to be in Man 3. Instantly, I thought the sickle, because the sickle is just sick. But now I'm really thinking about it, I think I'm going to have to say the hammer from the first Manhunt, guys. Oh, hammer time, baby. Taking out the smilers with a hammer. Oh god, just the noise when you just crack them in the skull with it. And as I say that out loud, it sounds so psychotic, but the hammer was awesome. I'm going to say hammer. Yeah, hammer. From Walnut Army, again, Manhunt related. His first one is, will you ever use the same style of commentary used for Manhunt in another game? Yeah, I talked about my Manhunt commentary that I did for my Let's Play Manhunt 1 2 in the last Q&A, and if you've seen those videos, you know what I'm talking about. But if you didn't, they were very over the top, very crazy. Not normally what I do. Usually I'm more laid back, but I said screw it. Crazy games, crazy commentary, and I went mental. Some may say too mental.
Holy fucking shit!
But I had so much fun. So I guess the answer to your question, it depends on what the game is. If I feel like it's a game that needs it, then I'll do it. But I'll tell you what, I will be Manhunt 1 and 2 will make one last return for. They will have episodes in Bloody Sunday. That'll be the last thing I do with Manhunt, and I guess we can go crazy one last time. So keep an eye out for those.
Slash across the.
Your second question is, what's your favourite execution in Manhunt 1 and 2? Man, that's tough. I think I know Manhunt 1 a lot better. I can't actually remember a lot of the stuff from Manhunt 2 because I beat Manhunt 1 quite a lot of times. I think from the first Manhunt, the machete attack 2. You know, where he's just hacking at their throat, and you know, if you took the head clean off with one hit, it wouldn't be that bad. But the fact that he's taking multiple hits and they're still alive as he's hacking, again, this sounds so psychotic as I say it out loud. But yeah, I think probably machete. I think it's machete attack 2, the yellow attack. As for the second Manhunt, I'm struggling to remember him from the top of my head. I think I might have to say, do you know, I really like the pen. I think it's this. It might be the third pen attack where he just jabs out their eyes and then stabs them in the gut.
Pyro, bitch! Oh, holy crap!
It's just nasty, so I think, yeah, maybe the pen. I don't know, there's so many. As I said, I can't really remember off the top of my head. I'm thinking pen, but there might be something else I forgot about. So, yeah. Alright, next question from Horror Geek 5. He says, were your parents aware of what you're playing? I remember you saying you got mine when you were 13. Yeah, my mum weren't too bothered at that time. Well, you know, when I was 13, I was a teenager and I was in high school, and I think she was like, yeah, he'll be alright, he's an alright kid. So yeah, she sort of lifted the restrictions, said I can pretty much play whatever I wanted there, and she actually started buying me games that I was too young to buy myself. But when I was younger than that, she didn't let me play stuff, and rightfully so. I remember I hated her at the time. Like, I used to do it to be mean. But as I've got older, I understand she was just being a parent. So yeah, I wasn't allowed to play Grand Theft Auto and Mortal Kombat and all the stuff I wanted to play. But it didn't stop me, because I just went around to my best friend's house at the time, and because he had no rules at his house, and I just played them all there. So I was a sneaky little shit. But my dad, I don't think he knew what age ratings were, at least at the time. So I used to get him sometimes to buy me the games because he was clueless. So I remember getting him to buy me one of the Resident Evil games. I remember getting him to buy me Mortal Kombat 4, which my mum would have gone mad if she found out. I used to hide under my bed and I'd play them at night when she were asleep. So I was a real sneaky fucker. So yeah. Anyway, next question is from Jacob Cohen. He asks, are you going to do Let's Plays of games like Half-Life or System Shock? I don't know about System Shock. I mean, it'd be fun to do System Shock too. It's a great game, but Half-Life is probably my favourite first-person shooter series. I love Half-Life. I'm surprised I actually haven't done any Half-Life already, but I'd love to do the whole series. Half-Life, Opposing Force, Blue Shift, Half-Life 2 Episode 1 and 2. And it'd be nice to think maybe one day I get to do Half-Life 3. That's not going to happen, is it, Valve? But yeah, I'd love to do Half-Life. I'm not going to say I'm definitely going to do it, it's guaranteed, but there's a very, very good chance. I'm very keen on doing some Half-Life. I don't really know when, because there's loads of other stuff I want to do, but it's very, very likely, to answer your question. Alright, next is from DC74156. He says, say Ash, have you played Five Nights at Freddy's at all? I haven't played them, I have seen them, I do know what they're about, and I know they're like massively popular. I was going crazy for them on YouTube and stuff, but they're not my sort of thing, to be honest with you. They're not my thing at all. I'm not really into that sort of stuff. Just the jump scares don't really do it for me. I'm just not really into all these indie horror games we see plastered all over YouTube and stuff. Yeah, they're really not my thing. I'm more of old school Resident Evil, Silent Hill, Eternal Darkness, Fatal Frame, the Siren series. That's more my sort of horror. I'm just really not into that sort of stuff. So if you're also wondering, will I do a playthrough of Five Nights at Freddy's? The answer is no, unfortunately. So yeah, it's just not my thing. So next question from Daniel Overall. He asks, did you ever get into a fight in school and also do you smoke weed? I got into a few fights in high school, who didn't, right? And as Tal Durden once said, how much can you really know about yourself if you've never been in a fight? So, I'll be honest, I never got any real serious fights, just a few scuffles, and I lost most of them. I was never a good fighter. The first fight I ever got into when I was in high school, I was about 12 at the time. I got my ass whooped. I got into a fight with a guy who, I thought he was bigger than me, but I thought he was a bit of a nerd, I thought I'd be able to take him, and he embarrassed me. He beat some respect into me, and we became really good friends after that though, so it was a fight worth having. It was worth getting my ass whooped. So yeah, and I had a few others, lost most of them again, but there was one guy I used to fight him all the time. It was a very strange friendship. He could be a real dick at times. It was always his fault. Yeah, we had a few fights, but he was really weak, so I beat him in most of the fights. It's nothing to be proud of, because I said he was very uncoordinated and very weak, so anyone could have took that guy. But one time I smashed him in the mouth with this piece of plastic. We were making some in design technology, and this short piece of plastic was pissing me off, so I just turned around and I cracked him in the mouth, gave him a little miniature Chelsea smile. It wasn't too bad, but it would have stung, but he freaked out, went crazy, he wanted to kill me. And he punched me a few times in the face, but it didn't hurt at all, so I just sort of shoved him in a bin and held him in this bin, head like face first down in this bin. And I was like, I can't do anything else, because I'm already in deep shit for what I've just done. And he was screaming and going crazy, and teachers broke it up, and I thought I was going to get suspended for doing that, and I got nothing. Didn't even get detention. And the amount of hours I must have stayed behind after school because I forgot to do my homework. Oh, well, I couldn't be bothered doing my homework. But, crack a guy in the mouth with a piece of plastic, it's fine. Forget your homework, you're staying behind. So, what a strange school I went to. But yeah. Another one's got into a fight with a girl once. Probably my most terrifying experience in high school. I mean, oh god. I'm getting nervous just thinking about it now, but, yeah, I remember in science class, she was sat on this desk right next to me, well, on the other side of the classroom, and the teacher had gone out to get some books, and for no reason, right, she was a proper bitch, I hated her, she threw this plastic thing at my head for no reason, hit me, like, right in the corner of the eye, sort of, any further, it hit my eye, could have done some damage, and for, like I said, for no reason, and I was so pissed. I remember exactly, I turned around and I remember exactly, I said, you stupid, fat, yellow teeth, ugly cunt bitch, and, because I was so mad, and then, as soon as I saw her face change, I realised instantly,
I've made a huge mistake.
Yeah, she wanted me dead, and I was terrified. But she had no right to be mad though, because she'd physically thrown something at me, but she wanted to fight. And the teacher come back in, so she had to sit down, and she was waiting for me after class. Like, she wanted to throw her down. What can you do in that situation? There's no good end result to that. I lose either way. One, she would have kicked my ass because I said she was a fat bitch, so she would have overpowered me and I would have had my ass whooped, so been beat up by a girl. And if I'd have beat her up, I'd have beat up a girl. So it was a lose-lose situation. It was terrifying. Luckily I got out of it. I think a friend's managed to make her calm down, and I sort of got out of it there. But oh god, that was very terrifying. That was a fight I nearly got into, and that would have been bad. So. Anyway, second part of your question, do I smoke weed? No, I don't smoke weed. Right, next up is from Ashton Clark. He says, we ever do the GTA games? I'm probably going to do Vice City soonish, and by soonish I mean probably sometime this year. So I'll do that, see how it goes, if people like it and stuff. I'll think about doing others. I actually did GTA 3 about 2 years ago now, or maybe more. But I kept forgetting to turn the goddamn radio stations off, so all the videos kept getting blocked in like a whole bunch of countries. And in the end, I looked at it and I thought, half these videos no one could even watch, so I removed the walkthrough. So maybe I'll do that again one day, but I'll do Vice City, I think, and then we'll take it from there. So yeah. Alright, next question from Sweden Italia. Are you from Sweden by any chance? Just guessing there. He says, Ash, what is the saddest ending in a video game you've ever played? Mine is when Snake from Metal Gear Solid saluted in front of Grey Fox's grave. But you know duties. Very good question, but as the Metal Gear Solid nerd I am, I will have to slightly correct you there. It was the boss's grave, not Grey Fox's. But yeah, very good question. And Snake Eater and the whole boss thing, that was a very sad game. But I'm going to have to say Metal Gear Solid 4. I mean, one, because it was just the end of Snake's story, Solid Snake's story, so that was very sad. I mean, you know, it started in 1980. It started in the 80s anyway, and you know, I grew up playing Metal Gear Solid, so it was very sad just seeing Snake's story come to an end. But just the whole way it played out, and I mean, I won't go into it in detail for spoiler's sake, even though it's a pretty old game now, but you know who shows up, and the whole thing is just awesome. And then that final shot there of, you know, when they're in the graveyard, and Here's to You kicks in when the credits play. Very sad, and very awesome at the same time. I thought it was the perfect ending. I just thought Metal Gear Solid overall, Metal Gear Solid 4 was just such a perfect ending to Solid Snake's story. I loved it. I fucking loved it. Hideo Kojima is a god. So, yeah. Next is from Jay. Is it Maestro or Maestro? I'm going to go Maestro. Please let me know if I've got that wrong. But he asks, have you ever considered live streaming? If so, would you do Man at 1 or 2? I have thought about live streaming, and that's about as far as it's gone. I've never really took the next step. I know it's very popular. I should try and look into it. But I don't have any plans to do any, you know, live streaming in the immediate future. But I just don't know if I'd be cut out for it. But then again, I've never tried it, so I don't know. Another thing is the time zone stuff, because according to my YouTube stats, most of my subscribers come from the US, and obviously I'm from the UK, so there's the whole time difference thing. So that kind of makes it awkward to do as well. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see about the live streaming. I'm just not too sure right now, and as I said, there's no plans for me to do it anytime soon. But the second part of your question, where I do Manhunt, hell yeah, I do Manhunt, no doubt about it. If I live stream, I guarantee I will do Manhunt. In fact, that would be the first thing I'd ever live stream if I did it. So yeah, I've got to do Manhunt, so yeah. Alright, Gangster Martinez is back for another question, and he asks, we do The Last of Us and Left Behind DLC. I'd love to. If I need to play, I've never played Left Behind DLC, so I need to do that myself, because apparently it's really good. But the only thing that stopped me from doing it, I don't have a PS4, and I don't have a decent capture device for consoles, apart from a shitty HD PVR, which just don't cut anymore, does it? And obviously there's the remastered version now, so I'd have to do that one, and well, I haven't got a PS4, as I said, so yeah, I can't really do it, and I don't really have any plans to get a PS4 anytime soon. Same goes for an Xbox One. I don't care for either of them right now. I'm waiting for some big exclusives, so I think they'd be worth, you know, finally buying. But yeah, otherwise I'd do it, because Last of Us is amazing. I'd definitely do it if I did, but I don't have, you know, so unfortunately I guess the answer to that's no. But we'll see what happens in the future. I mean, as I said, I'd love to do it, so I'll get a PS4 one day, and we'll see. Alright, the final three questions come from the Teva 10. Was that, did we get it right? I think we established it. I'm sorry if I've got it wrong again, I really am. I'm terrible with names. But he asked three questions, and the first one is, will Bloody Sunday eventually be retired? If so, will it be replaced with another weekly series on your channel? What would it be? I guess Bloody Sunday kind of does feel retired, because I'm just useless at getting that thing out. It's not been weekly for a while, has it? It's not retired, it is coming back, and it's not going to be retired anytime soon. there's still plenty of stuff I can do, but I guess it's not going to go on forever, as there will be a time where I think, you know what, it's time to call it quits. But it will be for a while. I'm going to try my best to get Bloody Sunday back. I keep saying that, and I never do. Scarface is the next episode, by the way, if I'm wondering. Yeah, I've not thought about anything to replace it, but I've thought of doing other weekly series. One I've thought about is like a retro series. I thought about doing this about 3 years ago. I remember I was going to do it. It was going to be called Retro Rewind, but there's something else already uses that name, so I can't do that. But it was pretty much as it sounds. It was going to be like Bloody Sunday, but rather than an episode each week showing violent video games, it'd be an episode each week showing retro games from my childhood, like when I was a little kid, Sega Mega Drive, Nintendo, you know, stuff like Golden Axe, Streets of Rage, all those sort of stuff, and it'd be a massive blast of nostalgia. But I don't know if people would like that. I know I love doing it, but I don't know if everyone else would like it, so I'm not sure about that one. But something else I have thought about doing is like a little weekly vlog-ish thing. I don't know what I'd call it, but it'd just be a short video every week, like at the end of the week, 10-15 minutes max. Me, just having a chat, letting you know what's, you know, any updates to my channel, any changes and stuff, what's coming up. And I'd mostly be talking about just what's gone on in the gaming world the past week, you know, the gaming news, all stuff. I just have a chat, give my thoughts on what's been going on. So I think that could be fun to do, and that'd be easy for me to do as well. I could easily get that out every week because I've just got to switch on the camera and talk. I don't have to faff around getting gameplays ready and stuff like that. So I could easily do that. So I might start doing that every week. Let me know if you'd be interested in seeing that. So yeah, kind of give you a long drawn out answer there. It wasn't very good, I'm sorry. But second question is, what do you use to record your PC and emulated games? I use Shadowplay, NVIDIA Shadowplay. It's absolutely brilliant. It's best capture software I've ever used. So much better than all the others, and I've used most of the other stuff. Obviously you've got to have an NVIDIA card and you've got to have one of the later cards, but it's something I'd highly recommend. Top quality videos, small file size, and best of all, almost like pretty much no impact on your game whatsoever, and like no frame drops or anything like that. So it's really good. So if you can use it, and if you've got NVIDIA card and stuff, I'd highly recommend it. It's absolutely brilliant. So yeah, NVIDIA Shadowplay. And the third and final question is, will you ever do a blind playthrough on your channel, or do you prefer to do games that you know how to complete? Yeah, I definitely prefer to do games and how to complete. That's most of what I do. In fact, most of the games I do are quite old. This stuff I played as a kid or when I was a teenager. Older stuff that I've, you know, most of my favourite stuff that I've been multiple times. I know what I'm doing, and I guess, you know, I'm in my comfort zone doing those. So I should probably try and step out and do blind playthroughs. I think did I not do Hotline Miami 2 blind? I think that might have been the first blind playthrough I ever did. I think it was. I can't remember. It wasn't even that long ago. I'm pretty sure it was though, but I should maybe think about trying some other stuff. I'm just worried that it ended up being a real mess because I just, like, if it was a game I could get lost, I would get lost and get frustrated and get mad. And I could see there be really just me getting really annoyed and raging because I don't know what I'm doing and getting confused and just being stupid. Like, I can be very stupid in stuff I know. If you watch my stuff, you know I can just have these moments where I don't even know what the hell I'm doing. So that's what worries me about it. So I don't know. I'll really look into that. I'll have a look at some games, see what might work, so I can, you know, just experiment, and then maybe I could get more comfortable doing them, and I could start doing them a bit more. What I do with, like, you know, like when I do some of the newer games, I just recently did the Wolfenstein, the Old Blood. What I do with those games is they're semi-blind, I guess you could call it. I sort of, like, for instance, that game was in chapters, so what I did was I'd play chapter 1 and 2, so I know what I'm doing in them, then I'd record them. So I wouldn't know what was going on beyond that as I was recording them, but then I'd do chapter 3 and 4, record, and so on. That, so I guess semi-blind is the word I could use for those. That's what I've done with the newer stuff, if you're wondering. So yeah, I'll definitely look into the blind playthroughs, because it could be fun, you know. I'll experiment. We'll see. We'll see. So yeah, that's all the questions for this time, so thanks again for everyone who sent them in. And as I said, you know, if you want to see Q&A 3 and beyond, then just, you know, send me some questions. Comment below. You've got my Twitter and my Steam, I'll put in the description. Carrier pigeon is now a new option. So, you know, plenty of ways there. So thank you all for watching. I hope I gave the answers you were looking for, and I hope you enjoyed. And hopefully I'll see you in more Q&A, which if I do, it'll be in a few weeks' time. So again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.